Hey, welcome to Wargroove. Wargroove 2 is coming out, and Chucklefish posted a dev spotlight, a bit of a dev blog, on what they've been doing so far. I'm gonna go over the dev blog and my reactions. Alright, so Commander Spotlight, Nadia the Pirate. Kind of like Champion Spotlight from League, I'm getting that vibe a little bit, right? This is posted by Mr. Hassan-san. So, both honorifics, the English Mr. and the Japanese San, which are meant to be applied to your last name, applied to your first name, Mr. Hassan-san. Very, very geeky, I love it. Apparently, they're the narrative designer, and what that means is they're the world builder for Wargroove. So, Mr. Hassan-san is in charge of the... I really like this. They kind of hacked the Commander Groove screen to say, introducing Nadia. Very cool. Commander Firebird, though, we're going to talk about that in a bit, because I don't think that makes sense anymore. I think that's legacy, but we'll get into that a little bit. So, hailing from the Saffron Islands. Now, saffron is a spice that's mostly produced by Iran. I'm not sure if they mean the Saffron Islands to be Iran, because that's not islands. So I don't think that's the case. I think they just picked a spice and named the isles after the spice. On the other hand, we see a Janjak the Ripper. Now, that kind of tells me that, alright, maybe there is some kind of cultural theme thing going on, and Aki the Akuma. So we're learning the names of two new commanders, potentially, Janjak the Ripper and Aki the Akuma. Now, this tells me that we're gonna get characters from Hades and Haiti. So Hades, I mean, Aki the Akuma, obviously a devil, right? Akuma is Japanese for devil or demon. And Aki is Japanese for fall, but I think it's just their name, Aki. So Aki the Akuma, the grinning devil, right? So playing very heavily on the devil, the demon thing. Personally, I would have loved to see Maki the Mao, if they wanted to go on the Japanese demon trend, right? Maki the Mao, because there are so many memes you could make off of Demon Lord Maki, that would be hilarious. Missed opportunity there, Chucklefish. It's not too late. Change it to the grinning devil Maki Mao. Like the Demon Lord. That would be funny. So this is like a demon character. It's probably that really weird-looking character, you know, that we saw the shadow of, the silhouette of. Janjak the Ripper is a portmanteau of Janjak and Jack the Ripper, with Janjak being the name of, I believe, a character from a children's book in Haiti. I'm not 100% sure, I did just some quick Googling there. So maybe the Saffron Islands are meant to take some inspiration, cultural inspiration from Haiti, I'm not sure. And Japan, but they're right near Heaven Song, so I imagine that Aki the Akuma, being Japanese, inspired, is from Heaven Song, and maybe Janjak the Ripper is from the Saffron Islands. Now, the latter half of the portmanteau, Jack the Ripper, is the old London serial killer. So we might get another stalker character like Sedge. I hope they don't just rip off Sedge and this character has their own cool vibe, because we don't really want Sedge 2.0. We want, like, new characters with their own cool stuff, right? Alright, so they fight the Heaven Song Navy. Reminder that the previous emperor was killed by undead skeletons, which is why Tenri hates undead. Now this little bit here describes kind of Nadia's groove, which was, weirdly enough, one of the things people didn't like very much in the demo. Nadia's groove, you could see a bunch of enemy units are being affected, but there's no good reason that this pike and this sword are being hit instead of the green mage, right? Why? It's random. That was one thing people didn't like about Nadia's groove, that it affects a big area and randomly picks enemies. I think as, like, the star character, right, because they've been really heavy, you know, pushing Nadia in all the promotional material, Nadia's the main character, you don't want the main character to be frustrating for players. And I'm worried that Nadia herself, and the way her flamethrower worked, was one of the big issues in the demo, and it might turn newer characters off of the game, because people say, you know, Wargroove is a very hard game. I don't think a frustration mechanic is necessarily the best idea, but they still have plenty of time to tune it. I think this image kind of shows why the groove can be a little frustrating, because you're low on health, you walk into a pool of enemies, and you want to hit Nuru, the Golem, the Harpy, if you can hit the Harpy, and the Mage. You don't want to necessarily hit the Pike or the Sword, right? So you can't control that, and that could lead to some frustrating character deaths. In fact, although they say down here, however, once fully charged, it becomes an unstoppable force, and balancing the risks of putting her on the front lines with the rewards of devastating attacks. But I wouldn't even put her on the front lines. I would go really, really far back and just snipe the enemy commander with the very edge of your groove, so you can bypass the RNG and guarantee you hit them with your Fire Blast, right? Also, this animation here, it's very flimsy. Like, I want to see a much bigger fire burst. She kind of like does a dance in a circle and we get this thin little trail of fire. But this is a flamethrower. I want to see like massive flames, right? I want to see like the screen engulfed in flames. That would be way cooler than like a little dance and a twirl and then a flame animation on your enemies. I want to see like, boom, configuration, you know, like Brand style. And so maybe there's still some time to tweak it a little bit. Overall, though, we see some interesting character art here for Nadia, kind of showing the progression of designing the character, but we already know what Nadia's going to look like, which makes me wonder a little bit, why are they showing this to us now instead of back in March when they were designing the character, you know? Now that she's finalized, why show us Nadia? It makes me wonder if maybe, like, they're still really, really early on in the development process and they wanted to give us something. It kind of gives me that vibe, because otherwise, you know, why not tell us about other commanders? Why not tell us about the setting, the Saffron Islands? I want to hear more about that, the mechanics, the new units. There's so many things they could tell us about, but it's repeat information about Nadia. And that makes me wonder, you know, are they working on anything else right now? Maybe they're a little busy, maybe the release won't be as soon as we thought it would be. And then we get this bit about the parrot, and the parrot is going away, and we can kind of see in the groove charge there's a little bit of a bird shape here, which is why she's the fire bird. I don't know, I think they should have called her the fire pig, because she has this awesome battle pig named Nuff Nuff. That is the coolest thing about Nadia, a pet pig named Nuff Nuff. Why not call her the fire pig? I don't know, the bird doesn't seem needed. I would love to play a commander called Captain Fire Pig. Maybe that's just me, but like, oh yeah, I'm playing Captain Fire Pig, bring it. Like, that just sounds fun to say. I would have so much fun saying I'm playing Captain Fire Pig. You know, that's awesome. And Nuff Nuff is a great name for a pig, 10 out of 10 pig name, totally love it. So yeah, there's a lot here, and also not that much here. I guess there's a lot in that, we're still seeing that there's some early things that maybe could be tweaked in the game. We're just now seeing, like, Genjek the Ripper, Aki the Akuma, like a few, you know, new names being introduced. But it's all still Nadia. If they're gonna push Nadia this hard, I really hope they make the animation feel a little more powerful, right? Not just, like, a little dance with a tiny trail of flame, but, like, boom, flame, you know, like, more powerful. And maybe less frustrating. Like, I can use this groove easily. I'm worried newer players might have a hard time with it and get a little frustrated. But, you know, this is fine for me. Like, I'll have fun with this. I can use this well. Alright, so that's about it. We've gone over everything in this devlog. Good luck, Hassan-san. I hope you are successful in creating more interesting things in the world of Arania. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what Chucklefish puts out in the next few of these. I can't wait for Wargroove 2. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's all for now, and welcome to